Hello, humans, demons, or whoever you are. Livius here. So it's been like an eternity since I reviewed a 90s cartoon, and we gotta fix that with today's review. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs is a cartoon from 1993 based off a comic book about a car hippie on a journey preserving nature in a dinosaur-filled post-apocalyptic world. It lasted one season with 13 episodes from 1993 to 1994. Also, if I had a nickel for every time I reviewed a cartoon from 1993, accidentally coinciding with the 30th anniversary,
I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
the Cadillacs and Dinosaurs franchise started off as a comic book called Zeozoic Tales, written by Mark Schultz and published by Kenshin Sing Press in February 1987. Once it was a modest success, comic publishers wanted to get their hands on it, like Dark Horse Comics and even Marvel. Thus, they rebranded it as Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, licensing out the IP to video games as well, like the Sega CD game and the Capcom beat 'em up. I heard it was a hidden gem among beat 'em up fans. On September 18, 1993, it aired on CBS. However, unfortunately, it did not last very long, as CBS cared more about their primetime television than their Saturday morning cartoons. To make this segue less sad, here's an out-of-context moment.
Hey Hermes, let me have it.
Now we get to the part where we talk about the show, starting off with the main cast. Jack Tenrick is the protagonist of this show, and the protagonist of the whole franchise, but that's beside the point. He's part of a tribe called the Old Blood Mechanics, restoring old car parts, and preserving what's left of life on this planet. And obviously, he's not a lone wolf. There's Hannah Dundee, a scientist sent to study the wildlife, and also might be Jack's lover, because they act like an old married couple at times.
Oh, it's just a little scratch.
You call that little?
Compared to what would have happened if I'd let that boulder fall on us, yes. Can't this thing go any faster?
Only if you get out and push.
If you hadn't insisted on taking a shortcut.
Yeah, well, if you hadn't hit the horn when you tried to grab the wheel, you won't survive for half a day on your own. I'm coming with you whether you like it or not.
Just don't talk to me.
That suits me fine.
Mustafa Cairo, possible dated name aside, is Jack's best friend and engineer partner. Cargo, who is just there, and Hermes, who is Jack's pet Allosaurus, but acts more like a dog than a dinosaur. It doesn't matter though because he's a good boy. The final character I want to talk about is the main villain, Governor Scharnhorst. The best way I can describe her is a female kingpin, a public figure who does shady stuff behind the scenes.
You should treat it more gently.
I also know that the only place the Terrahoons could get one would be from you or your moles. The city council knows it too. They'll remove you from the board of governors when I show them that evidence.
Evidence? What evidence?
And that's how you know she's the villain. And before anyone says something in the comments, yes, I know the Hammers and the Poachers are villains too. But honestly, I can't take them that seriously, or at least as a threat. Since there are only 13 episodes, I'm not going to go into any details on a specific one, but all episodes have the same theme, that being saving the environment. I assure you this is nothing like Captain Planet, as it's not only decently written, but also with a unique twist. The twist being the post-apocalypse. You know, after the planet got fucked. Though they never explain why the apocalypse ever happened, or even how the dinosaurs came back from the dead. And one last unexplained plot detail are the Grift, mystical lizard people that help Jack from time to time. They didn't explain where they came from either. I think all of this were meant to be answered for a second season, but that never happened. Or maybe all of this was answered in the comics, but I've never read the comics, so I have no idea. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs had a lot of things going for it, and it was a fun ride while it lasted for the very least, but sadly I don't think the show reached its full potential, with all the unexplained plot details, and a shitty ending the show did get. With that being said, if you find it on YouTube or Tubi, give it a watch. It's definitely decent, and probably the only good dinosaur cartoon that we will ever get. Anyways, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, if you want to succeed at life, you gotta make a deal with hell. By the way, this is the last video for 2023. See you until 2024.